Welcome to the Trauma Llama Club. Today we're exploring the different ways that you can go about getting yourself a service dog. We'll talk about ADI organizations, private organizations, and owner training. So let's get started. Your TLC adventure starts now. Service dogs are specially trained to assist people with disabilities, providing invaluable support and improving their quality of life. But did you know that there are different ways to obtain and train a service dog? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about ADI certified service dog companies. ADI stands for Assistant Dogs International, a coalition of nonprofit organizations that set high standards for the training and placement of service dogs. ADI-certified organizations adhere to rigorous standards and undergo regular accreditation processes to ensure the quality and reliability of their service dogs. ADI organizations provide comprehensive training programs over a span of 2 years to prepare the dogs for specific tasks tailored to their handlers' needs. Handlers receive ongoing support and follow-up services, ensuring the dog continues to meet their needs and maintain their training. ADI organizations are nonprofit organizations, and so their dogs are often placed with no expense or a lower expense than private companies. All Canadian companies are cost-free. American companies have some that are cost-free, but many charge anywhere from $10,000 American to upwards of $30,000 American, but assist in fundraising efforts to minimize the cost for the applicants. The other benefits of ADI service dog organizations is that their service dogs accreditation is recognized worldwide. Because of this, ADI service dogs are recognized as service dogs throughout Europe and some Asian countries, while privately obtained service dogs or self-trained service dogs are not, which can have a negative impact on handlers who like to travel and require their service dogs to do so. Because of these benefits, the waiting list for ADI service dogs can be years long, and that is with very discerning criteria as to who is eligible to obtain a dog. Next, we have private service dog companies. These can vary widely in terms of quality and training methods, but there are some very good companies out there. Private companies may not adhere to the same rigorous standards as ADI certified organizations, so it's important to research and choose a reputable company. In Alberta, British Columbia, and Nova Scotia, there are approved service dog organizations under the government legislation. These governments have standards close to ADI accredited standards, and the Alberta website lists lots of private companies that meet these standards, so it's a good place to start for your research. It should be noted that the companies they list are not specific to Alberta. They're Canada-wide. So regardless of where you are in Canada, it gives you a good idea of some reputable companies. Many private companies offer customized training programs, which can be beneficial for specific needs or disabilities, or people who have a combination of disabilities and need a dog trained specifically tailored to their needs. However, there is always a risk of encountering less reputable companies that may not provide adequate training or support. So always do your due diligence, check reviews, and ask for references. A privately purchased service dog can cost upwards of $25,000 in Canada, and in the United States can cost upwards of $50,000. For reputable companies, the waitlist can still be years long. Finally, let's discuss owner training. This is when the handler trains their own service dog, often with the help of resources or professional trainers. Owner training can be more flexible and cost-effective, allowing the handler to train the dog at their own pace and according to their specific needs. However, it requires a significant commitment of time and effort. The handler must be knowledgeable about training techniques and consistent in their approach. Also, it is important to note that not all dogs are service dogs, and even dogs in ADI-accredited programs and private programs can fail to pass the required tests. In the instances of owner-trained dogs, you run the risk of purchasing a dog, committing to the training, and the dog is still unable to pass the required tests or meet your needs, in which case you have a very well-trained pet, but are still without a service dog to assist you. Owner-trained service dog programs run around $5,000 to $10,000 in Canada and upwards of $10,000 in the United States. Many of the government-certified companies, the private companies, will also do owner training with trainer's assistance. So again, that is always a good place to start if you're looking for a reputable company. Unfortunately, owner-trained dogs may face more scrutiny in public and legal settings as dogs from ADI-certified organizations or fully trained and provided by private organizations. So let's do a recap. ADI accredited organizations have high standards, they're recognized internationally, they're run by charitable organizations, so the dogs are provided at no to low cost, and you're given support and training for the life of the dog. On the other hand, they can have very long wait lists, and you're not guaranteed to be selected. Privatized companies. They offer customized training, ability to train tasks for numerous disabilities, greater variety of service dogs trained for different disabilities, and they're less stringent in their application process. However, there's an out-of-pocket expense for the dog, less standardized practices, which requires more research and due diligence on your part, and they can still have long waiting lists. And owner-trained service dogs offers more flexibility, it's the most cost-effective option, and you don't have to wait as long to start training. However, there is a possibility that the dog doesn't graduate and you already own it. Owner training is not recognized internationally, and you can face more public scrutiny. Each method of obtaining and training a service dog has its pros and cons. Whether you choose an ADI-certified organization, a private company, or decide to train your own dog, the most important thing is to ensure that the dog is well trained and meets your specific needs. Thank you for watching. We hope that this helps you to understand your options better if you think getting a service dog is the best choice for you. As always, indulge in the TLC you deserve, and we'll see you in the next video.